All you got to do is unplug it and plug it back in. Don't you love that? Whatever. Anyways, here's the market, ladies and gentlemen. My. What an interesting time. You know, this is what happens when you get to the upper end of an overbought market. The total market, the total global market, not just crypto, is very speculative. It's not fundamentally driven. So when you introduce fear, man, it really has an effect. It really has an effect. So we'll get into where that fear is coming from in just a moment. But yeah, before we just jump right into the charts here is a quick disclaimer. But before we get into the TA, just a quick reminder, this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and trading or investing in cryptocurrency comes with risks. Always do your own research and consult with a professional if needed. Any use of trading bots or strategies should be tested and fully understood before implementation. Stay smart, stay safe, and trade responsibly. Let's get into the charts. The Orange Man causing fear in the markets. You know, everybody knew that tariffs were coming. This shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. But now that they're actually seriously being talked about and enforced, everybody's freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. So, yeah. Trump hits Canada, Mexico, and China with tariffs, and there are retaliation tariffs. Now, for those of you who were around the last time Donald Trump was president, there was a lot of trade war stuff that happened then as well. He renegotiated NAFTA, which is the North America Free Trade Agreement between the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. He did talk about tariffs on China back then as well. And for those who don't remember what happened as a result of those tariffs and all of that speculation, well, we had one of the strongest bull markets that we've ever had in history. So, you know, it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing, you know. We are in this world where, you know, we have a lot of scared investors. Definitely the market is in the hands of retail. Smart money is manipulating the market to squeeze as much as they can out of the retail investor, and they're trying to capitalize on as much liquidity as they possibly can because they know that a crash is coming. A very large, significant market-wide global crash is coming, in my opinion. Is this crash the beginning of that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we aren't going to experience a crash until all of the retail investors become complacent again and they are not complacent. They are very worried. They are very scared. Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. A famous Warren Buffett quote. But yeah, so this was the last time Trump took office back in 2017 in January of 2017. And what did we see as a result of that? We did see a few corrections. So, you know, it's not super surprising what we're seeing here. We saw a 34% correction in Bitcoin. And we also saw shortly after that as well, about a month later, actually at the end of the quarter, we saw another 33, we'll call it 34%. So two 34% corrections on the way up to, you know, ridiculous valuations. Let's pull from the low to the high here, from the low of Trump taking office to the high, a 2,500% increase, 2,500% increase. But, you know, fear will do what fear will do. I will say, on the note of fear, if you are afraid of the price of Bitcoin, you're not convicted enough. You need to keep studying. You need to understand more about the fundamentals of Bitcoin. The more you understand about the fundamentals of Bitcoin, the more you realize that there's nowhere else to put your money. So stop being afraid. If you want to continue to support the fiat Ponzi, go fuck yourself, pretty much. If you want to support freedom technology and you want to experience a separated currency, a currency that is not under the influence of money printing, a truly pristine asset, then what the fuck are you worried about? What are you worried about? You're in the hardest asset in the world. Now, this does not necessarily equate to altcoins. Crypto, Bitcoin is not crypto. Crypto is its own entity, and crypto is highly speculative, and it is completely governed and controlled by venture capital insiders and paper-handed Jeets. So it's not surprising at all that Bitcoin dominance has, that altcoins have not been doing well, as we've been covering pretty much every single time that I go live. Every single show that I've been doing for years, I've been saying it is not the time for altcoins. It is not the time for altcoins. People keep piling into altcoins. Guys, when this chart is in an uptrend, you don't touch alts. Simple as that. If you want to mint a few fucking NFTs, if you want to buy some ordinals, mint some ordinals very cheap, and it represents less than 10% of your overall crypto portfolio because you're trying to get ahead of it, sure, why not? Who cares? No big deal. You're 90% Bitcoin. It's not a big deal. But if you're piling into alts, pour one out to the homies out there that have been piling into alts because you have not been having a good time. And all you need to do is just follow this chart. It's the only fucking chart you need. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot, but the sentiment is frustrating, and it's hard to continuously say the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and watch people not listen to it over and over and over and over and over again, and then get afraid and scared as to why their altcoin positions are going down, even though I come here every single day and tell you why they won't go up. But anyways, here we are making new highs on the weekly. We just got a weekly close here on the Bitcoin dominance. So that just gives permission for Bitcoin to head up to higher levels. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the king of all crypto here on the daily chart. Coming down, retesting the creek line here. We're currently below the creek line. If I was a betting man, I'd be looking for longs. The sentiment is so negative right now. Sentiment is a huge driver for your decision making as a trader. Everybody is freaking out. Everybody is super bearish. We've seen a lot of cascades to the downside here. You should be looking for longs. You should be looking for longs right here. I wouldn't be surprised if this candle closes at or above 95,772. And more realistically, I honestly think it can close as a green candle on the daily at 90. It might even close at 98. So that's what I'm thinking here short term. We got a lot of trading hours left, but that's what I would be looking at personally for for the price of Bitcoin on this daily candle. It's just we're so bearish. Everybody is so bearish. Let's catch up with the chat. Cali Trader in the house. Defo is here. Jordan, hey, no voice. Bob, Peter, Strandcone, welcome in. Ted Hogan, hey. EV, Natcat EV. Are you Natcat EV? Shout out to Natcats, by the way. Love the project at Natcats if you are EV. Web3V, what's going on with crypto? Stacks gives ordinals life. Potentially. We're kind of in the tap camp, but Stacks is cool too. Yeah, so, you know, we're having a liquidation event. So where you should be, I'd be looking at somewhere on this day for a reversal. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go down to the lower time frames if you're going to take a long here. Let's turn alphanumerics off for just a moment. And basically, you're going to look for at least 3 divergences in a row. So right now, we're coming for 1. We'll probably get something like this. Given how scared the market is, I think it'll be a higher high divergence that reclaims this level. So once you get 1, 2, 3 lows of a divergence, it'd probably be a pretty good time to go long. So I'd be looking for kind of this raising, this ascending structure to take place on the smaller time frames, and then we'll rally. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to break out. That doesn't mean that we're going to go bullish. It just means that we're going to rally. Okay, the rally, we've been getting a lot of this. Every time the market dumps, it pumps. Every time it pumps, it dumps. So, you know, we're just getting the inverse of that. Not saying that it's going to take out any particular levels. I'm just saying that it's probably going to close green on the day. So that's what we're looking at on the smaller time frames. Now, do be careful. We are coming into a Monday open. So if it was midweek, I'd be probably going along here, but we're not midweek. We're still in Sunday in North America. And basically what we're looking for is we need that market open, because that market open is going to have a lot of volatility. As a result of that volatility, there's just going to be a change in structure. So you need to wait for the market open, the Monday open. The Mondays are kind of shitty trading days. You would be far better off waiting till Monday close in preparation for Tuesday's open. But regardless, that's what I'm currently looking for. I'm looking for some sort of bullish divergence. Market is incredibly bearish. Shorts are going to be stacking up. As the shorts stack up, it fuels the fire for a pump. Asian markets just opened. Yep. 45 minutes ago. But Asia has not been the driving force. So early on in phase one of the bull market, let's actually get a zoomed out approach here. Let's take a look at the higher time frames for just a moment. Basically, it was very interesting. It's very interesting to watch these shifts in the market. So Asia, particularly China, was responsible for basically all of this. We got this was a China driven rally. This was China, this was ordinals, this was all based off of the Asian trading hours. Now that we're up here, the US is definitely having more of an influence. This goes along with the narrative of a Trump presidency. It goes along with the narrative with global trade deals, yada, yada, yada. The US market definitely, in my opinion, is showing control at the second half of the bull market here is going to be US driven, in my opinion. The first half was Asia driven. The second half, I think, is going to be U.S. driven, which is unfortunate because I'm in Asia and I would like to be awake during the price action, but I often wake up to whatever has occurred. But yeah, let's just get a really zoomed out approach here. So, you know, Trump takes office back in 2017. It goes into up only. Trump was good for business. When things are good for business, liquidity flows. When liquidity flows, people invest. When people invest, they feel comfortable about investing more, and it's this cycle that continues. If I go from the high, let's go from the high of Trump to the low of the peak, we get about an 879% rally. Let's apply that to modern day. 879% rally will go from the high of Trump taking office 879, somewhere around here. So this is kind of, for me, I know it seems crazy, especially when everybody is so bearish right now and you can't even be a bull on YouTube. But, we're still targeting $1 million. We've been talking about $1 million for years. I was laughed at, called an idiot. Don't know what I do. I don't know what I'm doing. I completely discredited myself by calling $1 million really early. Now more and more people, more and more creators are starting to call $1 million. So I can come out of my bush and just say, yeah, I've been talking about $1 million for a while. Maybe next time I'll wait so that the herd can comprehend these types of targets, but I'm still looking at a very, very bullish cycle ahead with 30% drawdowns. We're going to have 30% drawdowns. This is a fact. This is reality. We're going to have 30% drawdowns multiple times throughout the market. So what would that look like from this this high right here? We got the high down to, let's do 34 like it did last time. Potentially a retest down to the 70s. So that's a possibility. It's a possibility. That would really, really freak the market out, and everybody would be convinced that we're in a bear market at that point. But, it's just a possibility. I kind of think there's also, so first of all, before we go any further on the bearish stuff, I just want to say we have a bias. We currently hold a bullish bias. For those who have been a viewer of the channel for a while, you know that we carry a bullish bias as long as this green wave is green. As long as this wave is green. When the wave is red, we are bearish. When it is green, we are bullish. So we're giving Bitcoin the benefit of the doubt right now that we can pull this together and we can come up and continue to at least consolidate and keep the wave green. The wave flips red at 89,626. If the wave turns red, now we can start talking about the bearish stuff of a 34% correction, bringing us down to the $70,000 level. This is entirely within the realm of reason for Bitcoin. We can expect multiples of those. If we do the 2017 cycle, we can rally up to $200,000 and then correct back down to 150. And I'll guarantee you right there, everybody's going to be freaking out. If we go to 200 and correct down to 150, it'll be a bear market. And then we'll go to 500 and we'll correct down to, we'll go up to 320 and we'll correct down to 200,000 and it'll be a bear market. And then we'll go up to 1 million, and then at 1 million, it'll probably be a bear market after that. But the point I'm trying to make is don't get shaken out of positions. Smart money is buying. Are you smart money or are you dumb money? Most of the retail market is comprised of dumb money. These are unconvicted retail investors who are buying something because they heard that the number goes up, and so they buy it without understanding it. And when you don't understand something, guess what? You don't hold on to it. So the market is filled with these paper-handed jeets. But when you look at the on-chain metrics, let's take a look at Glassnode here. I prepped a little chart here for you to observe. You can see. So wallets, I got the red and orange here representing retail, and I've got the green money. So we got red and orange here for dumb money, and I've got the green for smart money. What is smart money doing? Smart money is buying. Smart money is buying. Wallets that hold over 100 Bitcoin has been in up-only mode. Wallets that hold less than 0.01 or less than 1 or 1 million to 10 million sats in a wallet has been steadily declining. So it's a tale as old as time. Dumb money will always sell to smart money. That's just the way the market works. It's unfortunate that that's the way the market works, but that's the way the market works. And this creates even larger wealth gaps. It creates even larger disparity amongst the poor. But you have an opportunity to change that. But you have to start thinking like smart money. You got to stop thinking like dumb money. The herd is always wrong. 95% of traders lose money. And guess what? 95% of those losers are tweeting on Twitter and you're listening to their advice. They'll put it out in a nice Twitter thread and they'll give you all the reasons why the market's over, blah, 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 blah. I just don't see it. I don't see anything on chain that would indicate that we have hit a top. The whales are not selling. They are only accumulating. This is phase 2 of the bull market. You can expect some volatility. We're about halfway through from where the halving occurs. All three of these lines. This is the 2011 cycle. This is the 2017 cycle. This is the 2021 cycle. Or I guess this would be the 2014, whatever. We got the 3 cycles here from their halving. We're halfway through. We are halfway through the anticipated time horizon and the anticipated price horizon. So if it does turn into a bear market here, then that's extremely concerning. Extremely concerning. But it's also, as it stands right now, the least likely outcome, because all of our data points point towards continuation and higher prices. Let's catch up with the chat. Bob Don, what up, JT? Gravy in the house. Love what Track is doing with headless crypto architecture. Can't wait for Track 2.0 network upgrade. Yeah, lots of fundamentals going on in the background, which is also great to see. You got retail selling, you got smart money buying, and the fundamentals getting stronger. So just continuation. Let's see what old Trump coin is doing. Ooh, the rug. We called this like day one. Day one we said that this is going down. Like, don't buy Trump. It's 16 billion or whatever it was, some ridiculous valuation. If you think it's going to go up from 16 billion, well, I'm not going to say what I want to say. So not surprisingly, we are here. We are capitulating. It is a meme coin. There's no conviction in a meme coin. And I think people really need to respect how there fundamentally is no conviction in a meme coin. If you are investing in a meme coin, you are doing it for no other reason than you think that the number is going to go up and you think you will be able to sell those memes to a greater fool. Problem with that is, if your plan doesn't go to plan, you are going to dump that shit so fast. So fast. There's no reason to hold on to it. You are going to dump it immediately. With Bitcoin, you got hodlers, man. The hodlers are going to hold on for dear life. They are not going to sell their positions. They are going to hold on to it for no other reason that there's nothing worth selling it for. You can't, if you buy a house with it, the house will go down in value against Bitcoin. If you buy fiat currencies with it, the fiat currencies will go down in value. There's nothing that you can buy with Bitcoin that will do better than Bitcoin. And that fundamental truth is why there is such a hard backing of hodlers in Bitcoin and why there is such weakness in the crypto markets. And we have been calling this for a long time. We're starting to see tweets come out of the decoupling of the crypto market. Let me just pull up a picture here. Where is it? Yeah, the decoupling of the crypto markets. Let's download this. You guys have definitely already seen this, but I'll show it to you anyways. Oh, my desktop is a mess. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, geez, Louise. Can't find anything. Here it is. You guys have seen this, the decoupling of Bitcoin and crypto market caps. Bitcoin just keeps on trucking. Listen, nobody is adding any altcoin to their balance sheet. No nation state is making a strategic reserve in an altcoin. No nation state is doing anything that would be acquiring altcoins because altcoins are centralized, usually proof of stake, no backing, trash that is not neutral whatsoever. And Bitcoin is a pristine asset, proof of work, algorithm that is completely neutral. Completely neutral. So it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise that we're seeing this. Anyways, I'm going to digress. Let me know what you guys want to take a look at. What are some of the tickers you want to see? We'll start things off with Bitcoin dominance. Then we'll take a look at Ethereum. Man, Bitcoin dominance is just skyrocketing. Absolutely crazy. 62% dominance. Okay, so I've been speaking very bearish. Okay, we're talking a lot of it's mixed signals. So let me clarify. Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. Now, we always pay for confirmation here. We always pay for confirmation. So the confirmation of an altcoin season is going to be taking out this level. Unfortunately, you're going to see a shit ton of altcoin gains for us to take out this level at 55. But we pay for confirmation. We're going to be sure that altcoin season is in full swing, in full effect, before we become a participant in altcoin season. I'm waiting for the setups. I'm waiting for the coins to buy. I have not taken large positions in a single altcoin for years, because this chart has been in an uptrend. Now, that being said, I think we're topping out. You know, we've got weakness in the RSI, a bearish divergence in the RSI here. Now, if you want to front run this, sure, just make sure that you're front running it with a small amount of your portfolio. Bitcoin is still king. Everything is showing that Bitcoin is king. But if you want to catch a rotation, I think we're getting close. This is capitulation. What you are witnessing in the altcoins is capitulation. And if you want to buy alts, you buy capitulation. Caspa, BTC, 50% down on the day. Absolutely fucking insane. Cardano, 20% down on the day. Dog with hat, 16% down on the day. The day just opened, by the way. It just opened. XRP down 15%. Arbitrum down 15%. SUI down 14%. And this is on top of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's down 4%. So you have to add that on top of Bitcoin. Massive. Ondo down 12%. This is capitulation. This is capitulation as clear as day. The market is giving up, which is a beautiful sign. That is a beautiful sign. We may actually see the rotation that we've been waiting for a long time as a result of this rotation here, as a result of this capitulation. The high volume events are magnificent. Let's see how the volume's doing so far here. We want to see the high volume event. So no high volume signature just yet here on Bitcoin as far as the aggregated volume. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise. You know, we've got you know, the day just opened, but it's already strong. Let's go over to total 2. Total 2, we've got a decent candle. Again, it just opened. Total 2, by the way, has a green diamond on the daily, which again is a bullish sign. So we're seeing the capitulation. Capitulation is beautiful. It's what you want to see. It's what you want to see. H-bar getting smoked, no doubt. Can we look at XMR? We can. We can look at the hot potato privacy coin. XMR. Why is gold going so strong? Gold is going strong because gold is a fear asset. Bitcoin, fundamentally speaking, performs like gold from its fundamental point of view. However, the difference between gold and Bitcoin is acceptance of its purpose. Bitcoin, as far as the herd is concerned, is highly speculative. When it's highly speculative, it's dangerous and it's not considered a risk-off asset. Whereas gold absolutely is considered a risk-off asset. We're going to take a look at gold because that's a really cool question that you asked there, B-Man. We'll take a look at gold, but let's take a look at XMR, Monero. Let's just go USD. Yeah, so we called this one the last time when it got delisted on Binance. We called Monero, in the private group. If you guys aren't already in the private group, by the way, go ahead and sign up. Go to blackbox.pro, blkbox.pro. Click the Join Community tab. It's 100% free. We will never ask you for a dime. We do ask you to sign up with our partner exchanges. And you do get bonuses for signing up with the partner exchanges. If you use the links down below, or if you use the links in the Discord, you can get up to $50,000, 50,000 USDT in deposit bonuses. It is a tiered system. The more that you deposit and the more you trade, the more you earn. So go ahead and check that out. Check out the links below if you want to get signed up. As a result of signing up for free, you get our Discord signals, you get our trading bots, you get all of our offerings for free. So that's the only thing that we ask for. But yeah, let's go over and take a look at Monero. So since our call on the Binance delisting, we said Monero was seriously undervalued at this point. It's still in a Wyckoff accumulation here. So Monero is actually looking decent. Monero's on a buy. This is looking good for Monero. Coming right back down and testing the prior high back here in January of 2023 at $186. We're at $198. So we did come back down. Monero is tempting. I don't really care about Monero from a long-term point of view. I do like Monero. I liked Monero a lot more than I used to like Monero a lot more than I do now. But Monero's shown me that it's just not a good store of value. Bitcoin's a better store of value. And when you know how to use Bitcoin, you can get enough privacy with Bitcoin for me to be satisfied. But if you don't know what you're doing with Bitcoin and privacy is a concern, Monero is just easy. It's turnkey privacy. It's just not a good store of value, which is why I call it the hot potato. When you're holding Monero, you got to get rid of Monero. Hold Bitcoin, swap it for Monero. Now you have privacy. Go do your private thing. Pay for your private goods and services, whatever that may be, but you hold in Bitcoin. Can you look at HBAR after? Do you think it'll recover when this dump ends? I think we're going to see a bounce back, period, across the board. Everything is going to bounce back. When the market dumps, it pumps. When it pumps, it dumps. Do I think that it's going to break out new levels and continue into the a parabolic phase of the bull market? That is yet to be determined. But this is high value shit. This is high value shit that we are looking at here. If you are an investor in any of these projects, today's the day to do what you got to do. Not financial advice. I have to say that. I have to say not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. I am not, giving you any advice based off of where you are or what you're doing or anything like that. But historically speaking, when you have days like today, it's the day to buy. It is the day to buy. HBAR is a good buy. I haven't even looked at it. I can tell you it's a good buy. Monero is a good buy. Everything is a good buy right now, in my opinion. So yeah, this is looking good. We're kind of coming into our backup phase. Let's label it. We're coming in for our backup. Backup LPS. So, we'll either settle here at around 180, 186. We'll probably settle around 190, something like that. Oh, somebody wants in. I'm live, man. I'm live. Sorry. It looks like a shop here. People always want to walk in, and we're just not selling anything. Where was I? Okay, let's take a look at gold first. We'll diverge a little into fundamentals here. We'll take a look at gold. Gold is just continuing on its merry little way, and it's because this is a neutral trade currency. This is a neutral way of storing value when there is the threat of tariffs, when there is the threat of war, when there is geopolitical uncertainty of any kind. Gold does well. That's what it's for. It's traditionally a safe haven asset. One day the world will wake up to the fact that Bitcoin is a much better safe haven asset, but nobody understands Bitcoin. And nobody's going to get to the point of understanding Bitcoin to the level that they understand gold for another 15 years. So don't hold your breath. It ain't happening for Bitcoin anytime soon as far as it being considered a global safe haven asset. But yeah, gold is just going to continue on its merry little way here. Let's take a look at HBAR. Yeah, this is also kind of a Wyckoff setup. So it's not the cleanest setup. This is looking like a broadening ascending wedge here, which is an interesting bottoming pattern. What? That's not the tool that I wanted. Oh, I painted it orange. Okay, let's make it white. This one, no joke, it'll probably settle. It'll settle here at 23 cents. Currently, you can buy it for 18 cents. I think it'll recover. We're in peak capitulation right now. We are in peak capitulation. Not financial advice. I mean, it can totally go lower, but I don't think that it will. I don't think that it will. It could, if it did, it'd be going down to 15 cents. So we're pretty close to 15 cents, man. Pretty close to 15 cents. That's H bar. Don't know what it does. Don't care about it. It's just a shit coin. But the shit coins will have their day. They will have their day. Once Bitcoin dominance switches direction, because it's only been going up, once it finally transitions to a downtrend, all of the shit coins will do well. This is the facts, ladies and gentlemen. What else can we take a look at? Yeah, you're going to want to just go for the bloodiest thing possible. Let's take a look at Caspa. Let's see. Look at it. It's already coming back. It's done. It's over. That was the capitulation. The capitulation is already recovering. That was it. It's done. Did you buy? Because that was it. It's done. That was the capitulation. This is going to recover all the way back up to here. It's going to close at least at 95. I think it'll even close green. That'll be a huge demand tail, and it might just take off from there. That's my prediction. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a psychic. Nobody is. That's my prediction. And my biases will completely change if we take out 89.6. If we take out 89.6, my bias flips to much more bearish targets at around 70K. But right now, the bias is bullish. I think that was it. Let's take a look at Caspa on the dollar pair. I don't recommend that you spend too much time on the dollar pair. You need to make sure that whatever you're doing is doing better than Bitcoin. If you're looking at the dollar pair, your portfolio is down. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Because you took breakouts on a dollar pair, you didn't take breakouts on a Bitcoin pair. If you were taking breakouts on a Bitcoin pair, your portfolio is up. Because Bitcoin is up. And if it's doing better than Bitcoin, you're doing better than Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's up. You gotta start. If it's an altcoin, you start on the Bitcoin pair. Altcoin BTC, you start there. If it looks shitty on that chart, you don't buy. It'll look great on the dollar chart, and that's what traps people. That's what traps retail. That's what traps noobs, is they come in and they buy because the dollar pair looks great. You're not going to get sustained rallies if it's not outperforming Bitcoin. Yeah, this distribution, we were talking about this. We said, this is a choppy range. It almost looks distributional because of all the up thrusts. We said it could rally, but given all these up thrusts, there's a lot of selling taking place. So it looks as though we've kind of broken this. You can call it a head and shoulders if you want. It's basic. We've broken the neckline though. So any recovery, you're going to want to be on high alert in this area. So yes, do I think we're going to bounce? Yeah, we're going to bounce. The market's way too bearish. Anytime the market is this bearish, it's pretty much a guarantee that we're going to bounce because everybody goes short. When everybody goes short, you get short liquidations, which cause the price to pump. But be very cautious around this area. Be very cautious for a turnaround around this area. So we're going to pump up to here, and then you need to pay attention because it could roll over. But I mean, that's a freaking big gain. What's that? That's it's a 40% trade right there. It's a 40% trade if you entered right now. So yeah, but that's what I would be looking for on Caspa. By the way, if it does roll over here, Caspa's done. Caspa had its time. This was the time to be in Caspa. If it comes up to this resistance and rolls over, it won't be good. Won't be good for Caspa. So you definitely need a recovery beyond this point. If it doesn't break past this level, I would be very bearish on Caspa. Why does CoinMarketCap show BTC whales are only 1.25%? Shouldn't it be way higher? No idea. No idea. I don't know what they're doing. So the thing about Bitcoin is it's not like Ethereum. Like Ethereum uses an account-based system. Bitcoin, Cardano, VeChain, a couple other blockchains use the UTXO model. When you have a blockchain that uses a UTXO model, you inherently have privacy. So like if CoinMarketCap is looking at whales as like wallets that hold over 1,000 Bitcoin, they can only count UTXOs. I don't even know how many UTXOs I'm using. I have, hundreds of UTXOs, and those hundreds of UTXOs add up to the amount of Bitcoin that I'm holding. But when you're doing on-chain metrics, like, for example, let me just pull Glassnode up again. Glassnode, like we do have these in a decline, right? These 1 million sat positions and these 10 million sat positions are in a decline. Now you can have 10 UTXOs that hold 10 million sats. And when you have 10 million, or when you have 10 million sat UTXOs, you have one Bitcoin. Now, if you have 1,000 10 million UTXOs, oh man, what is that? 100 Bitcoin? Public math. You should never do math publicly, but you get what I'm saying. Now, a whale is not going to hold a 1 million or a 10 million sat UTXO. It's way too much UTXO management. But let's say a whale that you classify as a whale if you hold 1,000 Bitcoin. You can hold 1,000 1 Bitcoin UTXOs, and the on-chain analytics is not going to identify you as a whale. It's going to identify you as 100 people with, 1,000 different people with 1,000 Bitcoin. On Ethereum, you get to see the whole picture. If there's a wallet with, 1,000 Bitcoins worth of crypto, there's the wallet address. All of the currencies and all of the holdings fall under the same exact address. We can see everything. So it's a lot easier to spot whales in an account-based blockchain, and it is a lot more difficult to really pin down correct data with a UTXO model based blockchain. So that could be part of whatever CoinMarketCap is using. They might just be counting the UTXOs that hold over 1,000 Bitcoin, but there are going to be thousands of people who hold thousands of Bitcoin that is not calculating. I think that was a long-winded explanation, but yeah. Runes, ordinals down bad. So down bad, man. Everything. Runes are pretty much 90% down. Ordinals are 90% down. you know, it is what it is. But if the market continues, they will bounce back. They will bounce back. If you were averaging in at the peak, again, not financial advice, but it only costs you 10% more to double your position. It only costs you 10% more to double your positions. I don't know. Some food for thought. BTC bouncing back. I told you. Look at this. Guys, I'm telling you, subscribe to this channel. I do not take paid anything from anybody, okay? We get paid from the exchanges. We bring users to the exchange. That's the way we make money. We don't fuck with people who are doing token calls. Everybody on YouTube is shilling a project. They're shilling some sort of a... they're just all shilling coins, man. And they're like, oh, top meme coins to buy. Yeah, those are the top meme coins that paid for the position to market. Subscribe to this channel because we do not give you any bullshit. We tell it to you straight. When we are bearish, we are bearish. When we are bullish, we are bullish. And we were bullish at 18K. We were temporarily bearish when we broke this level here, but we flipped right back to bullish. And, you know, we'll be bearish if we flip 89. So we'll be at like 90K and we'll be bearish all the way down to 70. Follow us. We're not going to give you any bullshit. We're going to tell you when to buy. I said in real time on this live stream, you should be buying right now. You know, it sucks that I can't just fully say that without liability taking place. Like I can't grab your hand and like do it. And I have to say not financial advice. But this is it. This is capitulation. This is capitulation. This is what you are waiting for in the markets is capitulation. If this candle closes green, we're headed off. We're going. We're going up. We're going to break the all-time high. 110 will be broken. We'll be at 125 in a matter of days. If this candle closes green. We got 21 hours left in the candle. There's still plenty of trading to take place. But yeah. What watch do I wear? I'm wearing the Tudor Pelagos 39 titanium. You watch lover? I love the Pelagos. So light. Titanium. If you've never worn a titanium watch, go get a titanium watch. They're crazy. Bought the dip and levered 5x. Well done, MG. Well done. Mike Max 85K still bull. For us, our bias flips right here. Right here. These dots here, when we breach this level, we become bearish. So currently that dot sits at 89,626. If we breach that level, we officially become bearish. But as it stands right now, we are above it. We are bullish. That's our line in the sand. And this price goes up every week. You can see that it jumps. You know, it goes for a week, then it jumps to a new level, goes for a week, jumps to a new level. So every week that goes by, this will jump to a new level. So it gets tighter and tighter. If we don't take off, then we just assume we're bearish and it heads down. If you want access to this indicator, you can buy it. We have links in the Discord with coupon codes in the Discord. So get into the Discord. If you don't know how to get in, just go to blackbox.pro, blkbox.pro, click the join community tab. I also have the Discord linked below. But get verified when you get in there. It's free. But yeah, we are calling all of that stuff. So actually right here in the signals channel, if we go to Blackbox, you can see wave is green. We're bullish. So it'll come to you in real time. And we talk about it extensively. So we went red here. We were taking a risk off approach. So all of this stuff is fed to you directly into the Discord for free. But you need to be verified. There's a lot of scammers. When you have a free and open Discord, scammers come in. So you got to get verified. How do you get verified? You sign up with one of the exchanges. You don't even need to deposit. You don't need to deposit. Just sign up. Show us that you at least jumped through some hoops, that you're that you have the potential to support the information that we're providing you for free by trading on those exchanges, that's good enough for us. ETH getting smoked. All right, I think it's time. I think it's time to talk about our favorite chart, the chart that shall not be named. Nah, we fucking murder this chart. Yeah, so we've been calling 3 million sats for years, but I guess I underestimated how shitty Ethereum is, because we're below 3 million sats. Went down all the way. Holy smokes. Went down to 2.3 million sats. The low. 2.3 million sats per ETH. But again, you know, if we close above 3 million sats, which I think this is it. I think this is the capitulation. If we close above 3 million sats, then this chart could actually begin to repair itself. Now, I don't hold a lot of faith in Ethereum because this cycle is completely different for Ethereum specifically, because over here at the top, what did they do? They went from proof of work to proof of mistake. And as a result of going to proof of mistake, it has been down only. So it is hard for them to prove that they can actually be a competitor in this market, because it's just a very bad consensus model and it shook things up too far. They forgot who they were. Ethereum was always a shitcoin casino. Now they try to focus on ultrasound money. Guess what? If you want ultrasound money, you go to Bitcoin. If you want a shitcoin casino, where do you go? Solana, which has been doing phenomenal. Solana has been the play this cycle without a doubt. Let's take a look at Sol and the dollar pair, which is not a chart that I look at very often, but let's take a look. Came up, brand new all-time high on the dollar pair, coming back down for a correction on this this trend line. But again, I don't spend too much time here on the dollar pair. This is what I'm waiting for. We need to break out here on the Bitcoin pair. Once we get above this downward sloping line of resistance, once we clear that, and better yet, clear this trading range that we've been in for, geez, over a year now, that's when you become a participant. This is the golden buy right here. I know it's higher. It's way higher. The golden buy is, the golden buy, as far as I'm saying it, is up 54%. A lot of people don't understand that when I say that, but when we get, if we see structure that brings us up to here, the statistical likelihood of us being correct in our assumption that that Solana can hit higher levels will be exponentially greater than they are down here. So that's it. That's all I mean by that. You can totally make a probe position here. You can enter at these levels because we're seeing market-wide capitulation. It's probably good value, but it doesn't mean that we're going to take off right away. Didn't we just technically hit a higher high and still a higher low? Yeah, currently, yes. Higher low, higher high. So, I'm keeping my trading range horizontal. That's just my style. But what you're referring to is, let's actually go to a different chart. Let's go to a clean chart. But you've identified a trading range to the upside. So let's go to Binance. Let's go to the daily and let's mark that down, because that's a valid observation for sure. We'll grab our trading range. We'll go from this peak to that peak down to this peak. And yeah, it's technically an uptrend. We're technically in an uptrend. Yeah. So yeah. Google email account, Tutor is dope. Yeah, I love Tutor. They're great. I feel like Tutor is what Rolex kind of wishes they had the creative freedom to do. For those who don't know, Tutor is like a Rolex subsidiary. But Rolex, they can't can't mess with anything. Like Rolex, they do the Submariner, they do the GMT Master 2. Like they can't innovate in any way. If they were still making the Submariner, I think they would it would be made of titanium. Like if they were still developing and being creative with the Submariner, I think it'd be made of titanium, and it would be closer to what the Pelagos is. All right, what else? What else? Let's take a look at the S&P. Let's do some traditional stuff. So we don't have a market open on this yet. That's happening at my bedtime tonight. But yeah, the Monday open is going to be dicey. So yes, we're recovering in the 24-hour markets. We're recovering in the Bitcoin market, but I think Monday is still going to be dicey. So be careful with your leveraged positions. I'm probably going to wait till at least noon of the U.S. session before I would be looking for any setups, or better yet, the close. I'm not sure. But yeah, the Monday open's going to be dicey. It's going to be dicey. So we'll see. We'll see. A lot of fear out there. These markets open in 12 hours. Really nothing to talk about. Just consolidating, trading sideways. Could be a double top. So, double top with some fear. We could come back down to, say, these levels. Or we just get a wick like we just saw in Bitcoin and get a wick down and then a breakout. Who knows? But there is a lot of fear around tariffs out there right now. So it's anyone's guess. IBIT, ETF. Could be a double top. Yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. All right. I've kind of run out of things to talk about. DXY, let's say, oh yeah, look at that. Okay, guys, there's nothing to worry about. So, I used to trade this inverse to Bitcoin, when the dollar is in an uptrend, it is an uphill battle for Bitcoin. But what the DXY represents for me now is the US's power. It represents the US's political power to influence other countries. And I think that they're deliberately using this as a tool. They might be holding back on the amount of money printing because they know that the other countries are like starved for liquidity and they're already starting to print. I think they're holding back on money printing right now and using the increasing dollar as pressure to apply to get trade agreements with these countries, because the fact is a lot of these countries hold US denominated debt. And if they're holding US denominated debt, you got to print a lot to service those debts, and the dollar keeps getting stronger. So your debt keeps getting more and more expensive. Like this daily candle, the debts of other nations just went up by 1% in a day. It went up by 1% in a day. Your interest rates just got increased by 1% in a day. So this is going to be used as a bargaining chip. It's going to be used as a tool. So what they're going to say is, we'll start doing quantitative easing, or we'll start doing things to weaken the dollar to allow a more even playing field across currencies. But the position of power that the US is in right now, they are going to get the better deal of pretty much any trade agreement. Everybody's scared of tariffs and what the retaliation is going to do to the US. No country can retaliate to the US and actually create an impact, in my opinion, because the leverage that the US has over every other country is so much more that even if they wanted to play these games, the US is just going to come in and say, okay, well, this is what we're doing. You can continue to starve for liquidity, or we can, do this, that, and the other. We can come up to a trade agreement that works in our favor, and then we can allow you, more stability in your ability to print currencies. So yeah, to me, this is a good thing because it just sets that framework up for the U.S. to really start to come up with some trade agreements that are good for the US. And if it's good for the US, it's good for business. If it's good for business, it's good for liquidity and investments and earnings and all of that stuff. So the bull market's not over. It's just simple as that. Just simple as that. Fun to be here with the capitulation event live. Yeah, thanks. It was good. Usually my timing's not great. I'm usually late to this stuff. So yeah, we got the capitulation in real time. Let's see how Big Biddy is doing, and then we'll sign off. So yeah, we're gonna close things off here with my prediction that you guys are already aware of. I think we're gonna close this candle at least at 95, getting us above this downward sloping line of resistance. With the more bullish case scenario, if we close this candle green, ooh, chef's kiss. That's gonna be beautiful if we close this candle green. But regardless, I think the low is in. This temporary short-term low, I think that is in. Could be wrong, and our bias flips below this level, so watch out for that as well. If we take out 90, we'll just keep it simple. If we take out 90, our bias flips and we're looking for lower levels, but I don't think that is going to be the case. I am definitely leaning to the bullish side, and I'm leaning to a bullish potential of this candle closing green. And if that happens, watch out, because we're probably going to take out the all-time high. So on that lovely note, I want to thank you all for joining in. Don't forget to sign up at blackbox.pro. That's BLKBOX.pro, or sign up with BitGet Exchange. Links below where you can get up to $50,000 in deposit bonuses. Until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.